Right, welcome to the Inside Story on Lemon News. My name is Rajiv K. Bajaj, and of course, you're watching me on Lemon News at the moment. Pradeep Nambiar with us in the studio, and very shortly, we will be joined by a lot of people, and we'll be talking about what are the options in front of Mr. Arun Jaitley with regard to the budget. यानी बजट आने वाला है 28 फरवरी को. जनाब अरुण जेटली साहब के पास क्या क्या विकल्प हैं, उस विषय के बारे में हम लोग बात करेंगे. याद रखें, यहीं पर सबसे पहले इसी शो के दौरान इसी चैनल पर सबसे पहले अन्ना हजारे ने ऐलान किया था कि वो दिल्ली जाने वाले हैं और 23 और 24 फरवरी को वो धरना देंगे दिल्ली में. यहीं पर इसी शो में, इसी चैनल पर सबसे पहले ये ऐलान हुआ. मेधा पाटकर जी ने किया था 2 फरवरी के दिन कि वो दिल्ली में किसानों का एक बहुत बड़ा आंदोलन लेकर के जा रही हैं और सरकार को ये समझाने की कोशिश की जाएगी जो भूमि अधिग्रहण नियम है, अधिनियम जो है, उसको वापस लिया जाए और उसके अंदर कुछ ना कुछ संशोधन किया जाए, स्पेशली विद रिगार्ड टू कंसेंट. याद रखें, अब तक जो कानून था वो ये था कि 70% लोगों की सहमति की आवश्यकता थी. अगर आप किसी की जमीन का अधिग्रहण करना चाहते हैं, कहीं पर भी किसी गांव की जमीन हो, पंचायत की जमीन हो, अगर आप उसका अधिग्रहण करना चाहते हैं अपने किसी भी प्रोजेक्ट के लिए, तो आपको 70% लोगों की कंसेंट चाहिए. ऑर्डिनेंस के तहत यह तय हो गया कि अब कंसेंट की आवश्यकता नहीं है. इसको लेकर के लोग काफी नाराज हैं. चलिए, वो तो रही. हियर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ मैटर ऑफ प्रिंसिपल कि भाई कंसेंट की आवश्यकता है. लेकिन क्या भूमि अधिग्रहण अधिनियम आधारतः, यानी उसका आधार ही क्या गलत है? लेट्स टॉक टू प्रदीप अबाउट इट. प्रदीप, डू यू थिंक द बेसिक objection, which I personally feel, that's the thing I'm getting from, say, Medha Patkar or from Anna Hazare or from Raju Shetty or from these other people, is that, and Kishore Tiwari, is that they are opposed to land acquisition for any project. In principle, I think they're just opposed to it. Pradeep.
So this kind of attitude, आप पिछले 1990 से आप देखोगे. If you look talking about Maharashtra, let's talk about Maharashtra. We had Sharad Pawar as the CM. After that, we had the Sena BJP rule. After that, we had 3 or 4 chief ministers of the Congress ruling for 15 years. And the BJP in the center from 1999 to 2004. And after that, the Congress for 10 years. The entire thing is, even then the farmers are dying. Even now the farmers are dying. The farmers are committing suicide.
The farmers have started to commit suicide from 1982.
Yes.
जो actual tabulation अगर देखा जाए तो 1982 से लेकर आज तक we have only seen farmers' deaths and there is no alternative. Nobody is coming out with a solution.
Nobody.
सबसे बड़ी बात है कि इस समस्या का समाधान क्या है? किशोर तिवारी जी से भी अगर हम लोग बात करें, 10 साल से उनसे बात कर रहे हैं, एक agrarian crisis है. There is a crisis as far as India is concerned in terms of agriculture, in terms of farming, in terms of rural India. But what is the solution? Now, one solution could be what this government is suggesting, and I'm playing devil's advocate over here, that hey, listen, we'll acquire this land for a project, we'll give you employment over there, we give you 4 times or 5 times or 8 times or 10 times or whatever it is. We will negotiate over the price. It will be minimum 4 times the market price. We will give that to you. That will form a corpus for you. Apart from that, जो भी आपके ऊपर कर्जा है, बैंक का हो, साहूकार का हो, जो भी हो, वो सरकार माफ करेगी. उसके बावजूद अगर किसान और गांव वाले अगर उसको मान नहीं रहे हैं, तो प्रदीप उसके पीछे क्या मंशा हो सकती है?
No, actually they have to be educated. जो एकदम विदर्भ के, मराठवाड़ा के अलग अलग जो पिछड़े इलाका में रहने वाले किसान को अगर आपको कुछ मैसेज संदेश पहुंचाना है कि दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग इज इन योर बेनिफिट या आपको फायदेमंद है, देन यू हैव टू हैव डायरेक्ट इंटरेक्शन विद देम. एंड द पॉइंट इज, आई डोंट थिंक इन गो विद द सेम ओल्ड लीडर्स, बिकॉज पिछले 15-20 साल से यही लोग उनके बीच में रहा है.
What are we saying, Pradeep? What are we saying over here? What are you saying? What you're really saying is that if perhaps the Narendra Modi government is able to get its message across properly to everybody, maybe the people around, the people whom this is going to affect the most, maybe they'll turn up and tell Medha Patkar and they will tell Anna Hazare and they'll tell everybody else, hey, listen, we don't want to listen to you, we want this, all right? Now get out of the way. I think that could be one way of doing it. Exactly what happened in Jetapur, exactly what happened in so many other nuclear plants all over the place. At the moment, to talk a bit about that is Professor Iyer. Professor Iyer, very good evening to you.
Good evening.
Professor Iyer, स्वागत है आपका इनसाइड स्टोरी विद मी आरकेबी. ऑफ कोर्स प्रदीप नाम्बियार इज आल्सो देयर विद अस. प्रदीप जी और मैं यहाँ पर इस शो में हैं. आपसे जानना चाह रहे हैं कि जनाब अब अरुण जेटली साहब के पास सबसे बड़ी प्रायोरिटी क्या होनी चाहिए? व्हाट शुड बी द प्रायोरिटी एज फार एज बजट इज कंसर्न? बिकॉज अभी तक जो whatever was the buzz that I was getting in terms of energy development, in terms of, innovative measures to be adopted with regard to power, I am not getting that buzz anymore. Why is that? Or am I wrong, Professor Iyer?
See, the whole thing is that in 9 months, I am very clear that this government has not performed. This government has not done what it had promised.
Yes.
ये सबका साथ सबका विकास लेकर जो मोदी जी चले थे
जी,
वो कहीं सबका साथ सबका विकास दूर दूर रह गया और वो केवल कुछ चुनिंदा लोगों का विकास हो रहा है। वो 31 हमारे उद्योगपति हैं, मैं उनके खिलाफ नहीं हूँ, मैं बड़ा क्लियर कहना चाहता हूँ, लेकिन केवल उनका विकास हो रहा है
जी।
और जो बाकी जो आम जनता है जिसको एक्चुअली इस वक्त राहत, जैसे पेट्रोल और डीजल के प्राइस तो बड़े सिंपल सी चीज है, हमने कहा पहले भी कि $70 के हिसाब से अगर देखा जाए तो आज $35 पर लीटर में आपको पेट्रोल मिलना चाहिए और डीजल मिलना चाहिए और पेट्रोल का भाव 49 मतलब 49 रुपए प्रति लीटर। ये तो कहीं नहीं हुआ, किसी प्रकार से किया नहीं गया ये। तो आम आदमी को राहत कहां दी गई? टमाटर के भाव आपके 50 रुपए, तो ये सब बातें हम कहें तो ये इन्फ्लेशन कहीं भी चेक नहीं हुआ। सेकंड थिंग, अगर कोई टैक्स पेयर का पॉलिसी है तो पिछले इंटरिम बजट में ही जेटली साहब को 5 लाख रुपए तक नियमित कर देना चाहिए था कि भैया इसमें एकदम या तो लिमिटेड टैक्स है या कोई टैक्स नहीं है
जी।
अप टू 5 lakhs income, I think people should not be taxed.
Right.
And I would say, okay, if you don't like it, ask them to deposit 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees flat, और आप इंस्पेक्टर आज खत्म कर दीजिए 5 लाख जो कमा रहे हैं उनके ऊपर।
लेकिन यहां पर आपसे मैं ये जानना चाह रहा हूं कि जहां तक एनर्जी का सवाल है, पावर का सवाल है, जब मोदी जी आए थे उन्होंने बहुत बड़ी बड़ी बातें करी थी। ये कहा था कि सोलर पावर को बहुत बढ़ावा दिया जाएगा, विंड पावर को बढ़ावा दिया जाएगा, हाइड्रो पावर को बढ़ावा दिया जाएगा। जहां तक अमेरिका का सवाल है, अभी अभी प्रेसिडेंट बराक ओबामा यहां पर आए और उनके साथ जो हमारा पुराना 1, 2, 3 परमाणु करार था उसको कार्यान्वयन किया जाएगा। कार्यान्वयन सरकार की तरफ से हो चुका है, लेकिन कॉर्पोरेट लेवल पर, बिजनेस लेवल पर भी उसको ऑपरेशनलाइज किया जाएगा। अब तक वो नहीं हुआ है जहां तक मैं जानता हूं। डू यू हैव?
नहीं, ये देखिए, ये कहना
जी बताएं।
नहीं, ये कहना थोड़ा ठीक नहीं होगा, क्योंकि क्या है कि अभी इन्होंने एक बड़ा मूव किया कि आरई इन्वेस्ट किया, उसके अंदर तकरीबन 266 गीगावाट सोलर की कमिटमेंट मिली जी। मेरा ये क्रिटिसिज्म नहीं है कि आप इस तरह के काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ये पूरा मार्केटिंग चल रहा है विदाउट रिन्यूएबल परचेस ऑब्लिगेशन। को हमने प्रकाश जावड़ेकर को बुला के दिल्ली में इसी बात पे बात करी, रिन्यूएबल परचेस ऑब्लिगेशन, जहां एनवायरमेंटल ऑब्लिगेशन में आप गैर पारंपरिक जिसको कहते हैं वो सौर ऊर्जा जो कि मेरे हिसाब से पारंपरिक है उसको खरीदा जाए, विंड एनर्जी को खरीदा जाए, गोबर गैस से बनाई हुई पावर को खरीदा जाए। जब किसी भी डिस्कॉम की ऑब्लिगेशन ही नहीं है इसको खरीदे, और वो एक बहुत बड़ा स्कैम है। ये छोटे छोटे स्कैम आप रोज सुन रहे हैं, कभी टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया खड़े होते ही दूसरे चैनल खड़े हो जाते हैं आपके चैनल में, क्योंकि आपका प्रोग्राम एकदम सही है। हम लोग सब मिलके जो काम कर रहे हैं वो देशव्यापी काम कर रहे हैं। इससे समझा जाए 30,000 करोड़ का स्कैम है, $6 बिलियन आरपीओ स्कैम है। रिन्यूएबल परचेस हुआ ही नहीं इस देश में 4 साल से। इसके ऊपर क्यों सरकार चुप है? मेरी मुसीबत ये नहीं है कि सरकार कर नहीं रही है, लेकिन सरकार इन सब बातों को छुपा के आगे बढ़ रही है। बीएचईएल का स्कैम आपके यहाँ भी बात हुआ था, इतना हल्ला कर लिया 2 दिन पहले ऑयल एंड गैस स्कैम का। मेरे को समझ में नहीं आया कि लेमन न्यूज ने इतना ओपनली किया और इनर्शिया ने 6-8 महीने से लड़ाई कर रही है इनर्शिया, उसके बाद भी आप बीपी राव को निकालते नहीं है चेयरमैन बीएचईएल, लेकिन आप डीआरडीओ वाले को निकाल देते हैं। सबको जिधर अपना फायदा होता वहां जल्दी।
लेकिन यहाँ पर प्रोफेसर अय्यर साहब एक छोटी सी मैं करेक्शन करना चाहता हूँ। आज की जो क्रूड ऑयल की प्राइस चल रही है दैट इज $50.78 अ बैरल, $50.78, यानी जस्ट $51 अ बैरल। कहने का मतलब ये हुआ कि वास्तविकता में डीजल की जो प्राइस है वो 30 रुपए होनी चाहिए।
वो बात सही है, मैं कहता हूँ नहीं, मैं तो इनको समय दे रहा हूँ, मैं कह रहा हूँ 30 छोड़ दीजिए जी। मैं कह रहा हूँ जब आप आए थे $105 थी, 30 क्या ये हम करेंगे तो रोज ऊपर नीचे आएगी, उसको छोड़ दीजिए। इनको डर लग रहा है जी, इनका डर लग रहा है, तो वो डर इसलिए कि $70 में शेल गैस निकलेगी जी यूएस की 2016-17। और हमें पता है सऊदी अरेबिया में जो इंटरनेशनल पॉलिटिकल सिनेरियो आज ये है कि वहां पर वो किंग अब्दुल्ला मर चुके हैं और उनकी जगह सलमान, उनके भाई उसको संभाल रहे हैं ओपेक को। और जैसे वो संभाले वो $40 में पहुंचने की जगह वो ऊपर आना चालू कर दिया वो जी। और पूरी सांठगांठ आप समझिए कि ऐसे हुई कि ओबामा हमारे इसलिए बढ़िया चीज ताजमहल को ना देख के चले गए, जबकि उधर मिलने गए सलमान को जी, उनका दुख नहीं पूछने गए, वो अपना दुख कर अपना दुख ठीक करने
गए।
गए।
ये बताइए, what are the options then for Arun Jaitley? Because please hear me out, and I think Pradeep wants to come in over here, but hear me out. You have Anna Hazare at the moment camping in Delhi. You've already got the government on the back foot as far as the land acquisition ordinance is concerned.
हाँ, ये तो हमने मार्केनो भी हमारे इशू में अभी लिखा है, और यही चीज हो रही है जो हमने लिखा है।
They're already changing their mind on it. What I'm trying to say is that as far as the government is concerned, you cannot be like Dr. Manmohan Singh. डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह की सरकार के दौरान आखिर के जो 4.5 साल थे डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह की सरकार के, उसमें यह था कि सीएजी की रिपोर्ट आ जाती थी, कोई यहां से एजिटेशन कर देता था, कोई उच्चतम न्यायालय का कोई डायरेक्टिव आ जाता था, जिसकी वजह से डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह की सरकार सस्पेंडेड एनिमेशन में चली जाती थी। दे वुड गो इनटू द डीप फ्रीज। कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं है कि मोदी सरकार का भी वही हश्र होने वाला है। एक अन्ना हजारे की एजिटेशन से आपने अपना सो कॉल्ड वेल थॉट आउट, वेल स्ट्रेटेजाइज्ड, वेल प्लान्ड लैंड एक्विजिशन एक्ट, उसको ही चेंज करने के लिए आज आप राजी हो गए। इसका मतलब क्या हुआ प्रोफेसर साहब?
देखिए, बड़ा सिंपल है। सबसे पहले तो मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रही ये सरकार इतनी जल्दी में क्यों थी कि लैंड जैसे एकदम सेंसिटिव इशू पे ऑर्डिनेंस बनाया क्यों उन्होंने
जी।
सबसे पहले तो आप समझिए वो स्टेप ही गलत था कि आप किसान को बिना मुआवजा दिए, बिना प्रॉपर मुआवजा दिए आप सीधा उसकी जबरदस्ती लैंड लेने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। और दिल्ली मुंबई इंडस्ट्रियल कॉरिडोर में तो ये है कि कोई अगर आप समझे कोई परचूरन की दुकान खुल गई, वो भी इस किसान के दुकान को छीन लेगा, किसान के लैंड को छीन लेगा। ये तो मैं बोलता हूँ सरासर गैर जिम्मेदाराना हरकत थी इस ऑर्डिनेंस को निकालना।
राइट प्रदीप, यू वांटेड टू से समथिंग।
आप कहते हैं कि लैंड आज 20-25 साल 1982 से किसान मर रहे हैं, हमारे पास कोई सोल्यूशन नहीं है। लगातार सक्सेसिव गवर्नमेंट्स हैव बीन not looking into it. लगातार NGOs, they're all feasting on the very fact that farmers are dying, the money is going to pour in for the relief and nothing goes to the farmers. So I think the first time they're getting 4 times their market price of land. They're getting assured employment.
That's the minimum.
That's
the minimum.
That's
4
the minimum.
times is the minimum.
4 times is the minimum.
Rest is up to you. How you negotiate.
Yes,
right.
And first time job security है, continuously industry वहां पर आएगा, उनको security है, job मिलेगा, continued money pouring into the family, the farmers dead out of starvation, malnutrition, no work, products are not being sold, nobody's purchasing, everything comes to an end. Somebody is giving a solution. मुझे ये पता नहीं है why are people opposing? What is the solution? लोगों के पास solution क्या है? आप कहते हैं कि this land acquisition act is totally बकवास है, तो आपके पास solution क्या? किसान का मौत को रोकने के लिए आपके पास क्या solution है? आज तक कौन से किसान को benefit किया आपने? Successive governments.
मैं बड़ा क्लियर हूँ, मैं बोल रहा हूँ ये जो प्रदीप साहब का पिच है ना, ये पूरा का पूरा उल्टा पिच है। ये साला ये लैंड एक्विजिशन एक्ट ही फार्मर को सुसाइड करा रहा है, तो ये तो बड़ी विडंबना है। आप कोई सा एक्ट की बात कर रहे हैं? ये जो लैंड एक्विजिशन एक्ट में इसमें बिना पूछे और कोई भाव ही नहीं दे रहे हैं। कौन से भाव की बात कर रहे हैं आप पूरा पढ़िए लैंड एक्विजिशन को। इट इज नो गारंटी फॉर द किसान फॉर हिज लिविंग। इफ इट सेल्स द लैंड टुडे, व्हाट इज द गारंटी दैट ही विल गेट इनकम टुमारो? आज कोई किसी से आप 5 लाख रुपए में जमीन ले लीजिए, उसके बाद वो 5 लाख रुपए तो उसके आधे साल में खत्म हो जाएंगे। एग्जांपल बता रहा हूं मैं, हर जगह जमीन का सेम भाव नहीं है। तो ये लैंड एक्विजिशन एक्ट एकदम नीरा फ्रॉड है, नीरा फ्रॉड है।
प्रोफेसर साहब एक मिनट, मैं आपसे जानना चाह रहा हूं, प्रदीप जी ने जो बोला, आपसे जानना चाह रहे हैं कि इसका समाधान कैसे होगा, सोल्यूशन क्या है इसका?
नहीं समाधान है ना।
Hang on a minute, just hear me out. After that you have your entire say. We got plenty of time, no problem. मैं आपसे ये कह रहा हूं 1982 से लेकर के आज तक तकरीबन 2 लाख से ज्यादा किसानों ने आत्महत्या की, 2 से 2.5 लाख।
बिल्कुल की।
इसका मतलब ये है कि दे नीड सम ऑल्टरनेटिव, आइदर एन ऑल्टरनेटिव मींस ऑफ फार्मिंग और एन ऑल्टरनेटिव टू व्हाटएवर दे आर डूइंग। वेरी क्लियरली देयर प्रोडक्ट इज नॉट बीइंग सोल्ड। यानी जो हिंदुस्तान की कॉटन है, हिंदुस्तान की जो दाल है, हिंदुस्तान की जो सोयाबीन है, या जो भी प्रोडक्ट वो वहां पर उगा रहे हैं, स्पेशली विदर्भ में, स्पेशली कॉटन, दैट इज नॉट सेलेबल एनीवेयर एल्स। कहने का मतलब ये हुआ। और the policies of the government with regard to BT cotton seeds have been so skewed that they have bankrupted and destroyed the farming industry in India. Right?
This second part is right. What you said. आपने जो दूसरी बार कहा,
वो बिल्कुल दुरुस्त बात है। लेकिन मेरा ये कहना है कि अभी क्या सोल्यूशन है उसका? अभी उसका समाधान किस प्रकार हो? क्योंकि आपने इतनी वाहियात पॉलिसीज बना करके, जेनेटिकली मॉडिफाइड सीड्स दे करके आपने अपने किसानों को मॉन्सांटो, कारगिल और इस प्रकार की जितनी भी जीएम फूड प्रोडक्ट्स वाली मल्टीनेशनल्स हैं उनके हाथों में आपने बेच दिया। तो अब आप क्या करने वाले हैं ये बताएं।
नहीं, मेरा ये कहना है कि ये किसने बेचा? ये क्या मोदी की सरकार? नहीं, ये मोदी की सरकार नहीं थी। लेट अस कॉल अ स्पेड अ स्पेड। ये यूपीए गवर्नमेंट थी जिसने ये सब काम किया 15 साल।
नो डाउट अबाउट इट।
तो लेट अस नॉट से कि मोदी सरकार इसका सॉल्यूशन निकालेगी। ठीक है, मैं अभी दूसरी बात कह रहा हूं, लेकिन मोदी सरकार के ऊपर मेरा क्या इल्जाम है वो आप सुनिए। मोदी सरकार पे मेरा इल्जाम है कि ये मालूम है आपको कि ये सब हुआ है, तो आप उसके बावजूद भी इस तरह का लैंड एक्ट ला रहे हैं जिसमें किसानों से जबरदस्ती जमीन छीन ली जाएगी ताकि उनको कोई सोल्यूशन दिया जाएगा। आप और मैं ही पिछली टाइम चैनल में बैठे थे कि 4000 किसानों ने आत्महत्या करी। क्या हम समझ रहे हैं क्यों आत्महत्या करी? हमने ये भी कहा उस प्रोग्राम में कि इसी बीटी कॉटन के कारण कर रहे हैं। वो अपनी जमीन नहीं बेचना चाहता है किसान। नागपुर और विदर्भ का किसान अपनी जमीन नहीं बेचना चाहता है। अगर आप किसी का सर्वे ले तो आपको पता चलेगा मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ, सही है करके। वो कह रहे हैं कि हमें अपने जमीन पे काम करने का सही रास्ता मिले, साइंटिफिक नॉलेज मिले, टेक्नोलॉजिकल बैकअप मिले, पानी मिले, बिजली मिले, सीड मिले। कहां दे रहे हो?
लेकिन जहां तक मेरा ख्याल है प्रोफेसर अय्यर साहब, सबसे बड़ी बात जो आपने कही है, पानी, बिजली और बीज यानी सीड्स। The fact remains, what has happened now is, one of the basic reasons for the agrarian crisis in the country is that our farmer has lost control over his own cultivation because the seeds are now in the hands of the multinationals. You pushed, sir, this government, and the government remains the same. Let's be very clear. Whether it's Narendra Modi's government, Manmohan Singh's government, Atal Bihari Vajpayee's government, Indira Gandhi's government, Rajiv Gandhi's government, Narasimha Rao's government, or Deve Gowda's government. All governments have pushed that same BT cotton. As a result of which, your soil is destroyed, your farmer is destroyed, your farming techniques have been destroyed, and the farmer has no control over his cultivation. Now, how do you get over that, Professor Iyer?
No, see, I'll tell you. You took this case. I will take the case of sugarcane.
Yes.
Now, sugarcane in India is the first staple crop, and not only that, it is a commercial crop that gives benefit to farmers, rich farmers in both Maharashtra and in Uttar Pradesh, where there is private sector, not public sector. वहाँ कोई cooperative नहीं है, वहाँ ज्यादा करके private sector है। ठीक है, अब ये देखिए, दोनों विडंबना देखिए आप। In Maharashtra, I am telling you, the entire thing, the mafia has screwed up the land, क्योंकि उन्होंने ये फार्मिंग बिल्कुल ऑल्टरनेट फार्मिंग साइकिल लिया ही नहीं। वो बोलते गए गन्ने को, और गन्ना इम्प्यूनिटी से ग्रो किया कि आपने पानी लगाया, पानी डाला, गन्ना हुआ। गन्ना का, when you have too much of this sugarcane crop, the soil fertility goes down, and sugarcane itself reduces in yield after 2 or 3 rounds. And now we have converted Solapurs and the Kolhapurs and all that. Today we'll convert into desert after 5 years.
That's right.
Now this part is not seen. That's why I'm saying solution is to understand that all this happened, and Mr. Modi's government should have tackled all these things upfront by going into the policy of alternate crop.
That. But they've already
done
that.
Where is it done? Where is it done?
By sharing the stage with Mr. Sharad Pawar and by withdrawing subsidy on everything else except sugarcane. The only area where subsidy has not been withdrawn is sugarcane.
That means he's going the route of helping Sharad Pawar to continue his sugarcane farming.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Which is the reason why when Devendra Fadnavis says 82% of the land is barren land, he is not wrong. Because you have destroyed it, you have converted it into desert. Pradeep.
Sir, that's what Devendra Fadnavis, at least in Maharashtra, 82% of the land is dry. Irrigation में आप 35,000 crore, 70,000 crore और 1 lakh crore जितना बड़ा स्कैम है, पूरे पॉलिटिशियन सब पार्टीज के एक साथ पैसे खा गए, न किसान को कोई बेनिफिट मिला। तो आज किसान के विरोध में कुछ हो रहा है, तो यही लोग हैं जो किसान को लूटना चाहता है। दे डोंट वांट द फार्मिंग कम्युनिटी, द फार्मर्स, जो किसान है उनका कुछ बेनिफिट हो। बिकॉज अगर किसान का स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग बढ़ता है, वो अब स्टेबल होता है, वो खुद को संभाल सकता है, तो इन लोग किसी का जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगा। जो फिर 35,000 करोड़ इरिगेशन में पानी में सबको खा जाना और जो सब्सिडीज के माध्यम से खा जाना, नथिंग इज रियली रीचिंग द फार्मर्स। The first time probably somebody is thinking about the farmers. Farmers need to have something, need to have their livelihood, because आज ये है कि कपास उनका है जो डंग के नहीं है, कोई खरीदने वाला, मिनिमम सपोर्ट प्राइस नहीं मिल रहा है, तूर दाल में मिनिमम सपोर्ट प्राइस नहीं मिल रहा है, वेरियस अदर फूड ग्रेन्स दैट दे आर ग्रोइंग, उसको मिनिमम साइड प्राइस नहीं मिल रहा है, पानी नहीं मिल रहा है, बिजली नहीं है।
प्रदीप जी,
they want these people. ये NGOs चाहता है कि they feast on misery, misfortune, death and destruction, because that is their livelihood.
Just like the cooperative banks.
Yes.
Now wait a minute, Professor Iyer. You are not getting MSP, that is minimum support price on cotton. You are not getting minimum support price on dal. You are not even getting the minimum support price on milk. औरंगाबाद और अहमदनगर के जो dairy farmers हैं, they are unable to sell their milk. They are throwing the milk on the highway. Professor Saab.
Yes, and I tell you now, what we are doing, what is our discussion going to? Like for example, प्रदीप जी हमारे अच्छे दोस्त क्या कह रहे हैं? वो कह रहे हैं कि इनको जमीन बेचने के लिए इनको प्रोत्साहित किया जाए। मतलब हम क्या कह रहे हैं? इसकी तकलीफ है, इसको दुख है, इसको अब मतलब ड्रग दे दिया जाए, इसको ड्रग कर दिया जाए, जिससे कि ड्रग ले ले और परमानेंट खत्म हो जाए।
जी
भाई उसकी जो लैंड है ना, वो फंडामेंटल उसका एसेट है।
But we have seen it happen, प्रोफेसर साहब, we have seen it happen in Delhi. दिल्ली में प्रोफेसर साहब, आपको एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ, आप वहीं से हैं, आप खुद फरीदाबाद के रहने वाले हैं जनाब।
मैं रहता था, अब नहीं रहता हूँ।
अरे आप वहीं से तो हैं।
अब मैं डोंबिवली वाला हूँ।
अरे अभी डोंबिवली में आगे, लेकिन थे तो आप फरीदाबाद में। उसके
आसपास
जो पूरी
17 साल रहा हूँ
जनाब, उसके आसपास जो पूरी जमीन थी, डीएलएफ ने, अंसल ने, इन सब लोगों ने खरीद ली और वहां पर इतने बड़े बड़े आलीशान बंगले बन गए, इतने बड़े बड़े आलीशान वहां पर क्या वो मॉल्स बन गए, आईटी पार्क्स बन गए। वहां के जो लोग वहां पर रहते थे वो कहां गए, किसी को मालूम है कहां गए?
अरे यार मेरे भाई, आज सुबह आप समझो अन्ना हजारे क्यों निकले, मैं उनके सपोर्ट में हूँ। अन्ना हजारे निकले पलवल से, जहां पर गन्ने की खेती होती थी। आप समझ रहे हैं? मैं उन्हीं गन्ने के खेतों में जाकर
I think we've got our old friend Mr. Arun Kejriwal with us. Arun ji, namaskar.
Namaskar, Rajiv.
How are you, sir? We are talking after a long time.
Yes, Rajiv. After the change of government.
That's right. Now, Arun, in terms of the budget, what are the alternatives in front of Mr. Arun Jaitley? Do you think he has any left, considering the fact that at the moment you've got Anna Hazare, Medha Patkar, you've got the RSS, you've got Kevin Govindacharya and everybody else trying to gherao Parliament, standing over there at Jantar Mantar, threatening an agitation over the land acquisition bill, over the liberalization policies of the government. Do you think Mr. Jaitley has anything left? Mr.
Well, I think Dharna's agitations are a very small part of life. Let us understand. You had this coal scam where you had the finance minister and you had a very senior minister of the previous government saying that there is zero loss because not a ounce of coal has been mined. Now we find that after this e-auction, which has been done in a very transparent manner, with Supreme Court intervening and looking into the issue, the amount that has been raised is running into a few lakhs of crores.
That's right.
Now, if this can be done, and this is the value of resources which are there in the country, we need to understand that scarce resources need to get the proper price.
Yes.
He has got a bounty full of money. He's going to get some more of it from Spectra.
Yes.
And land acquisition, which is an integral part of doing all these things, will be done. If you have an issue on price, the court is there for you.
Yes.
But if you say, I will not allow the government to do, I will not allow acquisition to happen, we are going to go backwards, not forward.
Right.
Let us see what happened. Let us see what happened in West Bengal, where you had one government which did not allow acquisition to happen. Certain factories moved out of West Bengal, and then they were called back to come back, but it was too late.
Right. No, but the only thing is that there are a couple of objections which are coming in. Like for example, the Mumbai-Delhi Industrial Corridor. Now, the first thing that everybody comes up with is, hey, listen, this is the East India Company back on again. Now, point is, do you think we are failing somewhere when we say, hey, the world has changed? You got to wake up because the East India Company is already here and we own it.
That's very well put, Rajiv. That's one way of saying it.
Yes.
The other way of saying it is, let us understand that the farmer is doing his job. You are doing your job. I am doing my job. The politician is doing his job. If somebody is not doing the job properly, we have ways and means to correct it. We have the Supreme Court, we have the High Court, we have the police, we have so many other places. You cannot decide that I am going to do a politician's job without becoming a politician.
Right.
You cannot decide that I am going to do this job, but I don't want the responsibility of doing it.
Yes.
If people who are agitating believe that something is not being done properly, they need to spell out in as many words what is not being done properly and what is the solution to what they suggest.
Yes.
If they don't have a suggestion and you
But
just
that's
want
exactly
to
what Pradeep
agitate,
was asking. Now, Pradeep is also here with me on the studio, and we've got Professor Iyer also on the line. Now, what Pradeep was asking was again and again that we've got these suicide cases happening in Vidarbha and elsewhere since 1982. But nobody has come out with a solution. Nobody says, hey, listen, if we do this, suicides will stop. Farmers will be able to earn a living. We will be able to do this. We will be able to provide so many alternatives to farmers. Now, at the moment, there are no buyers for our cotton. There are no buyers for our dal. There are no buyers for the other products which are being produced over there. So what do? Arun?
well, I think this is a dichotomy that you're talking of.
Yes.
We seem to be importing the largest quantity of pulses from all over the world.
Yes.
If some farmer or some political group or some activist says that the dal produced by me is not being sold, therefore I'm committing suicide, or therefore people from my community are committing suicide, something must be wrong with the dal, or something must be wrong with the people of that area.
Yes.
I'm not prepared to believe that an item that we have been importing for ages immemorial cannot be sold. Dal, pulses is a staple food, is a staple requirement.
Yes.
And we import...
And cotton. What about cotton?
Cotton prices keep on varying depending on the pattern of cropping in that particular year. Prices do vary. You have a minimum support price and the government picks up at that minimum support price whatever is being offered to them.
No, but hang on a minute. Don't you think now the time has come perhaps to go to the farmers and say, hey, listen, maybe you should think of an alternative. Maybe you should grow something else over here. Or maybe this land is better suited for industry than for growing cotton. Arun?
Well, that also will happen. There are ways of doing it. But if you look at it yet another way, Rajiv, there is one more thing that happens. Some of these farmers, which has been proved time and again, who have committed suicide,
yes,
are not people who are hale and hearty.
Yes.
They are people who are sick and who in any case had more than one leg or 1 foot in the grave already.
I don't know. I don't want to get into that because that is something that's a contentious issue. Let's not get into that. All I'm trying to ask you is, what do you think are the alternatives in front of Mr. Arun Jaitley? What would you expect Mr. Arun Jaitley to do in this budget?
Well, I'm very sure we happen to share the first name, and I happen to share the surname with the Chief Minister of Delhi.
Yes.
So to put it into a straight perspective, he has no alternative. He has to go ahead with what he's planning. There will be obstacles in the way, and the elephant or the statesman doesn't bother about barking dogs.
Right. So in effect, what you and most importantly, Mr. Jaitley has been helped by the low crude prices. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. He has been helped by a number of factors. Low crude prices, a huge response to the coal auction, impending huge receipt from spectrum sale. It's going to help him reduce his fiscal deficit. Current account deficit, which has been a concern for so many years for India,
yes,
is probably in the fourth quarter of this year going to end in a surplus.
Which
so
is
all
fantastic.
this,
Unbelievable.
all this is going to ease his financial pressure of meeting 4.1% deficit of the GDP.
So which means, what kind of a GDP growth do you see, say, in the year 2015-2016?
Well, the GDP growth on revised numbers would be different from the older numbers.
Yes.
There is some sort of change that has happened because we have changed the base year for every single measure of performance. But to expect on older numbers with which I am more familiar, I am yet to get familiar with the new ones.
Yes.
I believe there would be a growth of anywhere between 0.5% to 0.75% in the first two quarters of the year.
Which means by the older method of calculation, you're looking at around 6.5%. Is that what you're looking
Correct.
at?
For the first two quarters, I wouldn't want to predict for the third and the fourth quarter simply because monsoon plays a very big role in agriculture, and that determines the GDP in the
anyway,
third.
NASA says it's going to be a good monsoon. Well,
if that man has the devil's luck,
yes,
what can you do?
Right, and the other thing is, of course, that if you were to go by the numbers as are being bandied about now, based on the Chinese New Year, you are looking at a growth of about 9%.
possible. Like I said, I'm not yet familiar. I've not yet got used to the new numbers.
All right. It's all feng shui, the new numbers. Anyway, Arun, thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Professor Iyer, are you still there? Professor Iyer, are you there still?
I'm still there. I'm
right,
still
right,
there.
Professor Saab. You heard Arun Kejriwal. Arun Kejriwal,
No,
Arun Kejriwal represents the right of the far right. So it is not surprising that he is very enthused by what this government is doing. He is very enthused by the kind of money that we've been able to earn as a result of the coal block auctions and as a result of the impending spectrum auction. So which means the current account deficit is not only going to come down in the fourth quarter, it is actually going to end up in a surplus. In fact, there's going to be no deficit. Professor.
I don't agree with him because as simple as that. You have a debt servicing for the World Bank approved loans. You still are going to the World Bank and taking a lot for your infrastructure. So what Mr. Kejriwal and others are talking, Arun Kejriwal, he barely has any understanding of economics according to me. I'm a little ruthless on this idea because he is only one of those camps which are going to buttress Modi and just be his chatukars. And at the end of the day, that produces nothing because it will only bring Mr. Modi down. Mr. Modi has to be told what is going wrong with his government in 9 months. And all this, what they are talking about is bona fide untruth according to me. Because
right,
I tell you...
Pradeep wants to come in.
Sir, one thing is very clear. If you don't have the technology, you have to import technology. If you don't have the standards, you need to import the standards. So where is the East India Company? If you want to keep pace with the world, if you want to be one of the top economies of the world, then you have to have the latest abreast of technology.
That is what I'm saying. That is what
you need to have holistic spending. You need to know where to spend, what to spend. You need to know whom to give credit, how to give credit. You need to know how to increase the credit line. You need to see how government spending has to be there. Unless the government spending, the government is going to move.
Exactly the same thing. I'm saying because we have to do all these things, what the idea that Mr. Kejriwal just now spoke, that there will be no fiscal deficit. It is the same statement that Madhav Bodwale said we don't need any more power.
Professor Saab, he did not say there was no fiscal deficit. What he said was in the fourth quarter, the current account deficit is going to be a surplus. Only in the fourth quarter. And that is all thanks to the coal block auctions and the impending spectrum auction. Where the government is going to get...
I don't agree.
The government is going to get maybe 10.5
I don't agree because the facts are different. Just now, Modi-Obama agreement has signed for the nuclear deal.
Yes.
Plus, last week, I was part of that thing where my own companies, who are my members, have committed to 11% of Narendra Modi Saab's 266 billion. It is not that we are not supporting, but we are playing devil's advocate. For 266 gigawatt of solar, you need an investment upwards of 20 billion US dollars. Sorry, $200 billion US dollar. How will you bring $200 billion? Your forex reserves are at $350 billion, out of which you need a servicing capacity of $200 billion for World Bank related loans. Now you have to build infrastructure. Your infrastructure build up till the year 2022 is in the region of $4 trillion for only infrastructure and another $4 trillion for power. Even if you have to do half of that, which is $4 trillion US dollar, where is the money going to come?
Right.
Now I have the answer. I have the answer for that. So you have been constantly asking where is the answer.
Yes.
The answer is you have a parallel economy in this very country which is almost equal to 5 to 7 times of the $2 trillion GDP that you project, which is wrongly projected in this country. And I'm telling you, when you want to get into this, you have to do something with the black money parallel generation economy here. That has been my editorial.
Right.
You have to innovate to think about it.
You'll have to come over here and we'll talk about that in detail. But for the moment, thank you very much for your thoughts. Thank you so much, Professor Iyer.
Thank you, Jita.
Great pleasure talking to you, as usual. Thank you so much. Now, but the only thing is, Pradeep, as far as Professor Iyer is concerned, he seems to have changed somewhat. You know, he was one of the biggest Modi supporters that I knew. Today, he is not very happy with Mr. Modi. What could be the reason? Pradeep?
No, there was a time during the Delhi elections, nobody was happy with Modi. Even his diehard supporters found that he was doing something wrong. They faulted him on various occasions. They faulted him the way he was not connecting with the people. They faulted him wrong ideas during the Delhi elections on taking the people for granted. His quote, as is the 10 lakh quote, also had its impact on the people. They couldn't believe that their leader, whom they elected, could indulge in this kind of activities, sort of luxuries that he called it.
Right.
But things have changed. Now things have changed, and if somebody is doing good, if the auction has resulted in 1 lakh crore into the economy, you need to appreciate that. If the possible spectrum sale is going to get in a lot of money into the economy, you need to appreciate that.
Right, that's it. That's all we've got for you as far as tonight's Inside Story is concerned. You keep sending in your emails on insidestory@lemonnews.com. And of course, you can send in your SMS on 56767. All you have to do is type out Lemon News, type out your name, type out the name of the city you're watching us in, and send in your SMSs on 56767. We'll, of course, be back with you right over here tomorrow. Till then, bye-bye.